Newark to JFK airports, it's one of the most annoying transfers anyone has ever made in the history of airports. And it would be much better if I could just get into a flying taxi and make that journey. What exactly is a flying taxi? What are we really looking at in terms of vehicle, pilot, power? What have you got?
Yeah, hi Matt, thanks for having me. So actually it's less a taxi than a vertical takeoff and landing aircraft shuttle. What we do is that we're developing an all-electric vertical takeoff and landing jet. It's a 7-seat aircraft, and we're operating these aircraft in an intercity shuttle service that provides high-speed connectivity between cities, and this enables us to achieve hours of time savings for our customers. The New York JFK route is probably one of those which I'm getting asked about by everyone who has been in New York, and we can save a lot of time on this route. But where we are also excited about is flying a bit longer trips, like 60 to 150 miles, where we can achieve hours of time saving and a high-speed connectivity without the need to build new rail tracks or roads on the ground. And this is a huge opportunity to provide high-speed connectivity for hundreds of cities and millions of people around the globe.
But hang on, so we were just looking at, it looked like maybe guys playing video games, but I'm guessing that means these are going to be drones. So they won't be flown by a pilot in the vehicle, and they will be electrically operated. Is that right?
Yes, it's all electric. However, it's going to be flown with a pilot on board. It fits into the existing aviation regulation framework. So you're going to have a pilot on board and an aircraft that is certified against the same safety standards like a commercial airliner. So the big difference and the unique advantage is that it's all electric. It's a fully sustainable new transportation system. It can take off and land vertically from a helicopter pad or a similar platform. So you need very little space and you can access into the urban areas with an airplane. And the last big advantage of our unique jet technology is that it's a closed engine, and these make lower noise emissions than propeller aircraft. And thus we can basically be market leading on the key enabler of this sector, which is low noise emissions combined with vertical takeoff and landing capabilities.
Yeah, so how far away are we from actually, or are you from, first of all, getting it certified, and then, building the infrastructure around it, but actually make it commercially viable?
So we're now about 3 years away from the certification. Lilium is a 6-year-old company. We've had about 5 years in technology development, where you've also seen the footage of the test aircraft just a couple of minutes ago. And we've learned a ton of things in testing these airplanes. We actually have a very strong partner, Ferrovial, who is also an investor in Lilium, and they are building multiple landing sites, at first in Florida, where we're going to launch our service. And they are also operating this infrastructure. We are very much taking an ecosystem approach to actually launch the service.
So what's your biggest concern? Is it getting it certified that it's green, or actually safety?
Safety is your #1 priority, always in aerospace. For that reason, we have hired an extremely experienced and strong aerospace leadership team, a team that has built and certified some of the biggest and most complex airliners. Besides the safety aspect, which is paramount in aerospace, I'm an engineer at heart, so I'm totally focused on getting the product right and getting the service right to have the best experience for our customers.
You aren't the only one trying to compete in this space, Daniel. What is your advantage?
There's several things that differentiate Lilium from other players in the sector. The first one is that, as I mentioned before, we're using electric jet engines, and these have 2 advantages. They have lower noise emissions because they are closed engines and have acoustic dampers in the ducts. And the second advantage of these engines is that they're much smaller than propellers, so we can make airplanes with more passenger capacity that still fit on the same limited landing infrastructure. And this is part of our mission, because we want to make this type of transportation system and service available to everyone. So we have to bring in more passengers on one aircraft, and we can distribute the cost of the pilot and the landing fees over more tickets.
When is your public market debut going to come, Daniel?
We're probably going to be finished with the SPAC merger sometime in August, and I'm very much looking forward to that.